Hi everyone, it's Helen here and thank you very much for joining me for today's hop. So yes, we are hopping today and I've joined in with CraftStash, the other co-branders and the design team members as well, and we've all got our own little videos. So those are listed down below so you can hop to each one as you go along, and we're all featuring up to 50% off on our summer clearance. So today I'm going to be featuring the ice cream cone gift box. This is so summery, but all year round it's going to be perfect if you're using this for like birthday themed and things like that. So this will take you through a lot of occasions. Right, so here is the gift box here, and remember, if you're a VIP member you get your 10% off as well on top of the 50% discount. Okay, so this is the gift box here. Let's open that up. Inside I've got some dolly mixtures in there, so this is perfect for all the little treats. And I'll pop that back in there. These are so lovely, I love these. Can you imagine having these all set out on your birthday table? And you get all these accent dies as well. I've left this one plain just so that you can see what it's like without any decorations, just a simple flake, and it's still really good to go. So I've got everything cut out already, but I do have a couple more bits to put through the machine. So this is what's going to cut the main swirl here. Alternatively, if you don't want to have the swirl, you can just have an ordinary flat 2D ice cream swirl there. And this is the main piece that I've already cut out. I'm trying to be as quick as possible so we can get straight into the tutorial. So one of those, got that one. This is what's going to be the lid. These all come with mats as well. 2 of the big circles, 2 of the smaller circles, and I've got my flake ready. Right, let's go straight into die cutting, or at least we're going to be embossing, because I have this waffle mat here that fits this perfectly. So I'm going to run that through, and I'll also be using some red tape for this one and also some hot glue. So I'm just going to pop that through, just using my ordinary plates, however you would normally do with die cutting. And if you want to have a more subtle effect and use your embossing mat, you can have this one as well. If you find that this one does push through your cardstock too much, you can use this one instead. Okay, there we go. As you can see, that has embossed really nice, and it looks really nice with the glitter card as well. Okay, so what we have to do now is curve this, because if we try and curl this around when we glue this together using this side tab, we could get some folds and creases. So I'm just going to pop this off the edge of my table and hold it. If that's my table, I'm going to hold it and roll it down that way. You should have that nicely curled like that. That's really going to help. And I'm just going to use some red tape now, just on there, because we do have this it's not an awkward surface, but it is an awkward surface. It's glitter, so I find with glitter the red tape does kind of come undone, so it's always good to use a little bit of wet glue with that as well. And I'm going to use the same tape here as well, just along the inside here. Now just curl this around, there we go, and then trim that off. Right, take the backing off. Actually no, you do get the score lines here to do this. There we go, do that first and then take the backing off, otherwise you may have a little mishap. There we go, and then take this one off. I'm going to add some glue, just a little bit. This is going to help it stay in place long term, whereas the red tape is literally just there to help us keep this together. Because if I use just the glue, we'll be there waiting for quite a while for that to dry. This one, this way, will give us the instant stick. There we go. And then we have the center here. Push that in. We've got all the glue there on the inside. And just take my white piece and I'm going to pop that in there. I'm going to use a bone folder just to get that right in. There we go. It's coming together. So let's cover this top piece now. Sorry, the bottom piece. I'm just going to pop that on. So you can use hot glue for this bit, or you can use some ordinary glue. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer, that dries quite fast, but it still takes that little bit extra time there just to dry on the glitter. There we go. Just hold that in place. Obviously if you use the hot glue it's going to be a pretty much instant stick. There we go, there is our base done. I'm going to have to keep revisiting that and pushing that down. Right, let's work on the lid. Where's my tape? So we're going to do the same here, curve it just to get that curve line going, and we're going to just do a dry run here. I'm not going to go all the way to the end there, and do bear in mind this is angled as well, so we're not going on straight, we're kind of going on an angle, and I am going to leave a little bit of a gap there so that we can fit the circle on, and these little areas here will be completely hidden, so that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to use just a little bit here, just on the end there. There we go. And I'm just going to fold all of these in. Once you've done a couple of these will go together really fast. Just do all your decision making and do all your die cutting, and then you have a nice little assembly line. And they are quite small as well, so they will be easy to store if you wanted to make a bunch of these in advance. And then I'm just going to take my tape and I'm going to pop this onto the larger tabs, just like so. I am curving this around. You will get a few creases, but that's absolutely fine. They pretty much become seamless once we're done with that. So bone folder, give those a really good press. Press that down too. Now before we join this together, take this off. Just take the backing off, and then we have here the glue. Just add a little bit more wet glue and then join this together. There we go. I'm not hiding the whole entire tab. Some of this tab is exposed, as you can see. There we go. I need to hold that in place because I did use the wet glue, but the red tape is holding the majority of it in place while we wait. Okay, so I'm going to keep my finger there, and then I'm going to pop in one of these white circles. There we go. It's going to be a bit of an odd fit, and then we're going to close the tabs on the circle once it's in place. There we go. Once you're happy with that, grab your bone folder. Just need to tidy this area up here. There we go. And then press around all the edges. There we go. This looks really untidy, but this is all going to be hidden. Okay, and these little tabs here, these fold right in. So we can do a dry run now. So pop this in there and give it a little bit of a twist and a squeeze. There we go. And there is the base done. Just need to do our little decorations now. And here we have, we'll start that in a minute. We're going to pop this white circle over the top. Now I'm using a white linen textured card here. I love the linen look. I'm not sure if it's still in stock at CraftStash, but if I can find it I will link it down below. And again, this will be an instant stick and dry if you use a hot glue gun just to get that down. And there we have our base done for that. Right, so let's work on our ice cream cone now. So we have diagonal lines and vertical and horizontal lines as well. So with the vertical lines we fold downwards to create mountains. So use a bone folder for this. Give that a good press. There we go. And then for our horizontal and vertical lines we fold inwards, upwards to create valleys. Again, I'm using quite a thick card. I think this is 300 GSM. So definitely use a bone folder just to get those really crisp creases. Now there's some options here for the tabs. I like to just trim them down, and I'm going to get rid of the tabs that are on the bottom right as I turn this around. And then I'm just going to trim the last tab here. So there's loads of different ways that you can attach this piece to the top of the ice cream cone, but this is the way I prefer. Just some very simple snips. There we go. Right, let's add our glue, and I'm going to add them to the triangles here that have the tab. Hoping you can see, because I know I've got white cardstock against a whitish sort of background, so I'm hoping you'll be able to see. There we go. So I've got all that now, so all we have to do is just press these together. Now if this is the first time or second time you're doing this, do a little dry run first before you add your glue, just to make sure that you have folded these up correctly. And if it doesn't look right, then switch around your little creases, turn them inside out, and bend them the opposite way. Right, so this is now going to need a little bit of time just to dry off in the center. As you can see, it wants to work its way apart, and we also need to curve them as well with the bone folder. So this needs to be well on its way to being dry before we do that. Okay, so that has mostly just dried off now. So let's grab the bone folder, and then we're just going to just gently curl these little fins, I guess we can call them, all go in the same direction. Okay, so you should have something that now looks like that, and on the back of the packaging we do have some diagrams here just to visually show you, but come back to this video if you do have trouble and just need to quickly see what I've done. Okay, so I'm just going to fold these inwards towards the curve, so they're going in. Okay, and our first one, I'm just going to add just some hot glue to the first tab, and then I'm going to line this curve up here with that curve there, so it should look like that. I'm going to give that a few moments just to fully set, because these things can kind of move about when you move them too fast. And just another dry run, the complete opposite side here, we're going to move around and move this center piece here to the center. I think that's dry now, so it's not going to be risky, and then we're going to pop that there. Okay, so let's add glue to the opposite side and push that in there. And then all we have to do now is just pop in our side pieces. Okay, and there we have our ice cream cone. It's all ready to decorate now. So we have all of these extra decorations. We've got sprinkles, we've got strawberries, we have a little triangular waffle there. And to finish this one off, I'm just going to take the flake die that I've die cut from the cone glitter cardstock. So here is the flake die. You probably want to do 2 and then glue them back to back once this is on. So I pop one on there and then pop another one on the other side as well, so that you kind of don't have the white showing. If you just use ordinary brown cardstock or craft cardstock, you won't need to double layer it or double side it. And there we have that. Line up your seams at the back there, and then this will be your front. Okay, I will go back in with my hot glue gun just to get rid of all of these bits that are flapping up, because the wet glue didn't do a great job there with the glitter cardstock. So to finish this off, I have used 2 stamp sets, no, sorry, 1 stamp set. Let's grab that one. I've used the At the Beach and Sentiment stamp set, and this is all 50% off everything that I'm using today. And I have also teamed it with the Labels and Banners die set just to stamp on as well, so you can get really creative with that. Okay, so that is today's project. The next person is listed, I'm not too sure who it is yet, but the list is down below after me, so work your way through and then eventually you'll come back to me again. Yes, you will. So in that project we're going to be making this watermelon slice. Isn't that lovely? I absolutely love that. And inside I have some watermelon treats, so I can't wait to see you guys again. So make sure you work your way through the hop, and I'll see you again very soon. So everything that I've used today is listed down below. Don't forget, if you're a VIP, you get your 10% discount on top of everything, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.